after this evening's events that you will remember Western as the school with great parking.
That's true.
Seems like it was a pattern. So I'm very honored to introduce the NASW Students of the Year for Western. And I love the last line of the quote that Dr. Tome shared from Cesar Chavez. And I wanted to shout it out. The last line is, "We have seen the future, and the future is ours." And I just feel like that's so fitting for tonight. The students that have been selected for the NASW Student of the Year Awards are the present and the future of the social work profession. Two students at Western really shined as leaders and models of social work values. So I'm going to share a few details from their nominations. So Marion Dempsey, as a BSW student in Kalamazoo, she's an active member of the Broncos Marching Band. She was nominated as Drill Instructor of the Year. Within this organization, she learned perseverance, teamwork, and keeping her head up through the practice of resiliency. During her junior and senior years, Mary began writing for the school newspaper, the Western Herald. This fall, Mary completed a study abroad course in Bangalore, India, that was focused on social justice and sustainability. Mary is a strong advocate for families and students in her field placement in Kalamazoo Public Schools. She's an excellent social work leader and will continue to be a great credit to the social work profession. Please join me in congratulating Mary Dempsey.
Everyone. It's so amazing to see how many awesome things are happening within our realm of social work. And we're not even graduated yet. So I think that's pretty fantastic. I did write a speech, but that's not who I am. I like to free ball it. What inspired me about social work is this quote I have on my ring that I always wear. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. So that inspired me when my mom and sister were going through cancer treatments together. My mom was just diagnosed with breast cancer, and my 7-year-old sister was diagnosed with leukemia. That was a really hard point in my life, and this ring has got me through so many things and just inspires me to challenge myself and to challenge others around me. Throughout my field placement for this last final year of my BSW program, I was placed in communities and schools of Kalamazoo. I love it, it's fantastic, but here's the kicker. I didn't have a site coordinator to begin with. So for the first 3 months, I was kind of by myself like, oh man, what do social workers actually do? I don't have access to a social worker. But that pushed me to ask for help and to be my own advocate. And throughout that process, I'm able to transfer those qualities into those that I serve. I guess that's all I really have to say. Amazing job to everyone in this room and to the support systems we all have, because without those, it'd be a really difficult and long journey. I would like to thank my mom for being that person that just constantly pushes me to do my best and to see me at my best when I'm at my worst, as well as my boyfriend and my family. I also would like to thank Dr. Jennifer Harrison for nominating me for this award, and the social work department for allowing me to have this award, because I also did a spit take like half of us did when we got the email like, congratulations, you did it. And you're like, what? So that was pretty cool. I think that's all I have to say. So congrats to everyone out here tonight, because as social workers, we deserve it. So toot those horns. Toot, toot.
Okay. So our MSW Student of the Year awardee is Hannah Mills. And Hannah's currently completing her Master of Social Work degree at Western in Grand Rapids and will graduate in June. During the course of her degree, Hannah has worked as a residential supervisor for Bethany Christian Services in the Transitional Refugee Foster Care Program. And she has successfully balanced the responsibilities of work, academics, and 900 hours of internship while maintaining a high GPA of 3.9. Hannah's field placement this year has afforded her the opportunity to use her education and skills at a national level with work with a lobbyist group to advocate for unaccompanied minors who were separated from their parents at the U.S.-Mexico border. Hannah's done an excellent job of serving in this important role in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and also traveling to Washington, D.C. to do her work. While achieving her best as a student, Hannah shows caring and concern for others, including her student peers and her classes, and is genuinely interested in their success. Please join me in congratulating Hannah.
Hi, thank you so much, Dee and everyone. I'm really excited to be here. So I, too, never really wanted to be a social worker. Honestly, it was a profession I never considered until I graduated with a degree in sociology and ethnic studies from Albion and needed a job. I landed a case management job with a local nonprofit here in Grand Rapids, working with unaccompanied children from Central America, and was excited to use my Spanish language skills. After a few years in this position, some self-reflection, a few glasses of wine, I realized I've always wanted to be a social worker without really knowing what it meant to be a social worker. I've always felt I've been an ally and an advocate and committed to social justice. And Albion gave me the education to understanding the theories and systems of human interaction. And Western's giving me the practical skills and experience in serving the individuals, families, and communities with whom I interact. But Western's taught me about something much more important, my voice. After nearly 7 years of growing and developing a program to improve existing systems for immigrant children, I finally feel like an expert. My team and I have been called upon to educate policymakers on the effects of those policies on programming and children. I've been given a platform to speak into the detrimental effects that this administration has had on the immigrant community that we serve, to speak to people who have listened and reversed policy. Most of you have likely heard of immigrant children being separated from their families last summer. I know some of you, like me, participated in various advocacy opportunities to ensure that the intentional practice of ripping apart asylum-seeking families ended. And in June 2018, we saw an executive order signed to end that practice. And today, I'd like to use my voice to share with you a few things. Firstly, it is not illegal to seek asylum. Second, children are still being separated from their parents for various reasons, an area of legislation that still needs attention. The solution to family separation is not family detention. There are alternatives. Number 4, local agencies are working really hard to change a federal system while simultaneously providing the best possible care that can be given to these children while they're in the system. And lastly, should you have any questions about local practices, I ask you to please come and speak with us. We love to share the work that we do, and we'll do our best to explain every detail that we can. As we all know, the media often leaves out the most important details. Graduate school has been an incredible ride. I am so grateful with every peer whom I've interacted in class. Our differing opinions, collaborative work projects, and positive conflict resulted in me learning the most that I could. To the professors and faculty at Western, your time and dedication to create more of us competent and skilled social workers is incredibly appreciated and will always be a part of me and the work that I have the privilege of influencing. And as a room full of social workers, I'm not sure I need to stress the importance of my support network, but let me take a moment to thank my community. I want to acknowledge first that I get to work among the most BA social worker women, and I'm so proud to be a part of their team. My family, the most loving, forgiving, challenging, loud, and amazing resource that I could have as a person, and they've nurtured me to be exactly who I am and accepted me as a work in progress at every stage in my life. To my friends, who've never judged me for having to protect my time for school, thank you. You constantly remind me of the joys in life and how lucky I am to have close friends to share them with, who just know that sometimes self-care after a difficult week is a pizza party instead of more homework. But I would not be here today if it weren't for the man sitting in the front with me. He's the reason I've survived 3.5 years of full-time work in the field and in this program. There were nights of exhaustion, of being emotionally depleted, and of questioning the greater purpose of my career, of cramming in late-night papers and coming out ahead. Unconditional love. Plus, he let me get a dog. I am both humbled and honored to have been nominated for this award, and so excited to refocus on my community and finally become a social worker. Thank you so much.